Ich weiß das.
I know this is and will be a Warhammer video, but sorry, this one thought has caused me brain rot since 2019 and that was never the right time to... Did you also think that Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was kinda crap? Everyone went into the newest Tarantino film, but then 2 hours of boring exposition until a small cool action scene. Bam, movie over. Why the hell did I put myself through that?
Udo?
Yeah?
You have no clue who Charles Manson is, right?
No?
The movie is about a true character, one of the most notorious criminals in history, Charles Manson. But instead of simply sharing his story, Tarantino makes it more thrilling. He uses other characters, who again and again get close to Manson, but never reach him. It's the coincidences, the encounters, and the knowledge of what really happened, but will it also be like that in the movie?
At my cinema visit, I walked straight into a film without any idea. But this is what the film needs for many of its stylistic devices. My knowledge.
Mein Wissen.
As already in Tarantino's Inglourious Bastards, the fictional story plays in a real setting. World War II was of course well known to us, but Charles Manson to me as a German. Why did I actually notice this 6 years later? Well, because I watched a documentary about Manson, and already during that watch you rethink it. Sometimes context is just important. And the same thing happened to me, even worse, with a really good thing. Warhammer. Over the years I always left Warhammer titles laying around, because I just didn't have access to them. And when the new Space Marine part came out, and everyone was playing it, I wanted to join the slicing too, and I did play the game. Act around and... Oh, what the... Oh my god, what are you doing to your faces? Wait, there's a guy stuck in there who can't get out? Guys, why do our ships all have churches on them? And how big is our empire anyway? Why doesn't the emperor ever stop by for a coffee? But most of all, you guys are a bit mad. Many questions, but no answers. And after finishing the game, that was it with Warhammer. Back then I wished Warhammer would guide me into its world, take me along slowly, and I was disappointed when that did not happen. I really curse Warhammer, stupid game. Is that Warhammer's fault? Not really. If you start watching a series in the middle, you also should not expect to understand everything. Sometimes the series still manages to catch you for a while, yes, but the full potential remains far behind. And I was done with Warhammer after looking into the game, but not into the Warhammer Universe. Until a few days ago I watched a documentary. Not just one.
This is what a swarm looks like. Millions of creatures spanning dozens of species and their countless variants, bearing down upon outnumbered and outgunned defenders.
After hours of watching, I know the aliens, but I know what they threaten also, and I know that humanity is very different from how I know it. But I understand why the guy can get off his machine, or why the ships have churches, and I understand why the Emperor doesn't stop by for a coffee.
Mit uns trinkt.
And Warhammer achieved that because even in this rather short game, so much universe is packed in and presented that it makes you want to understand it. Of course, the developers could have done more to take me by the hand, and that was also one of the criticism points for many new players, but how do you do that without always telling the old franchise veterans the same stuff again? You could explain the most important stuff and leave something standing, like the mighty figure of the Emperor. Details are unimportant for the gameplay at first. You try to find balance between I explained everything and hey, here's something new, we explained this.
Das war die Aufgabe.
That was the task for the developers, and they delivered. And mine would have been, if I liked the world, not to wait for the game to explain a whole franchise. I didn't take the next step, I didn't see the bigger picture. And then I just found it boring. I judged at something without having the whole story and therefore the experience the developers anticipated. Simply dumb. In this case I noticed it and found a new small corner in the big gaming jungle for myself, but how often do we probably think something is crap just because we don't have enough knowledge? Or how often has a woman already thrown a slug at you, but then you read in the Book of Useless Knowledge, Article 642, Siberian girls throw slugs to flirt. Come here.
Wie immer.